I'm meant to leave for work literally now, and I had a couple of minutes before I had to go, so I went on Instagram. Bad idea usually, but especially bad now because I saw a post saying sending love to everyone in Bondi right now, Bondi, and I was like, oh gosh, what's happened in Bondi? And I looked it up, and there's been shots sort of fired at supposedly a Chanukkah event, and I'm just so sick of this. Like, why is this the world we live in? Why can Jews not just celebrate their holidays? I need a moment to compose myself before I go to work because I'm so angry and sad, obviously. I couldn't see anything about anyone being targeted, so hopefully everyone's okay, but it's just the thought. And I know that's what they're doing. They want it to be the thought. But it's awful. It's awful. Yeah, I do need to go, but I just wanted to share that because that's going to be affecting me today. Hello, I came back from work about 2.5 hours ago, give or take, and I need to leave in about half an hour to go to my next job. And this shift this morning did go quite quick, but I could really feel that I was having to, I don't know what the right word is, like almost calm myself down or something, but that doesn't feel like the right expression. Hold myself together, pull myself together, keep myself pulled together. Because I really wanted to speak to my parents and check that they were okay, and I had a message saying I was okay, they were okay, but you still want to speak to them in a situation like this. And yeah, I was following the news. I had like a page open on the computer with updates, live updates. So, I mean, as I say, the shift did go quite quickly, but equally it was like waiting for it to end. Also, usually Sundays are a lot busier for me than it was today, so that maybe helped, I don't know. But around 12:45, I would say, I finished at 1, but around 12:45, I knew it was getting near to bedtime for my parents, and I said, please do just give a call, even if it's for 5 minutes, just to make sure, you know, I just want to chat to you. And they did, and I answered the phone, and I just broke down. I think I'd been holding back tears since the moment I read the news, you know, at 8:30 this morning. So I think I just needed an opportunity to release. I obviously was trying to wait until I got home, but luckily there was no one else around, and I could just cry. And it was very quick. It was like I let the tears out, and then I explained how I felt, and they told me they were okay and that they understood how I felt, and I sort of agreed with that. And then we just chatted for a little bit, and by that point I was fine. I mean, I say I was fine. I was still angry and upset, and, you know, there are just no words, but at least the weight had been lifted off me, I felt. Just to be able to talk it through with someone, I think that was needed. But it's awful. It makes me so angry that we don't get to just celebrate anymore. Practically every opportunity they've had, every hug that we've had, there's been something. And that's ridiculous. It makes me angry more than anything. I'm just, you know, I just want to be free to celebrate things and be proud, and not have that conflated with anything else, and not have that, you know, become a fear for our lives every time we want to do it. So yeah, I'm angry, but I'm still going to be Jewish and proud, and I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm wearing my Magen David necklace, even though I'm not wearing something high-necked, because yes, there might be a risk involved with being proudly Jewish, but I don't want to let them win. They're not going to win. We're not going away, and we're not going to let them take anything away from us, anything more. But I am shaken, and I am upset, and I'm fed up. And I'm sad, because this is my favourite Chag. This is like the Jewish holiday I most look forward to every year, and now it's been tainted, and that's not fair. That's not nice. It's such childish language, but like that's how I feel. Like at its crux, that's how I feel. And my parents and I were discussing about the fact that Jewish schools have their own guards, and Jewish synagogues have their own guards, and which other religion has that? None that I know of. Places of worship generally don't have any security, and most non-Jewish schools don't have that extent of security, like guards, either. And we just take it for granted that that's the way it is, and, you know, that's the way it has to be, but it doesn't. And there's like specific Jewish security organizations, and again, I don't think that exists for other religions. I might be wrong, but it's just wild. But as I say, I'm not going to let that stop me. So I am going to go to work soon, and I'm going to continue being a proud Jew, and then hopefully after work I'll get to go to a family Chanukkah thing, and hopefully we can enjoy it. we can smile, we can laugh, we can sing, we can eat donuts, we can, you know, have fun, because they're not going to win. Hello. It has been a long evening. Work was very chill. In fact, I would say too chill. I got very bored, but there was a new member of staff working, so I got to chat to her, and that was nice. And then I did quickly pop in to my family after work to... They were celebrating Chanukkah, and literally as I got there, most of the family were leaving, but at least I got to see them and quickly say hi-bye. And then I did end up still staying for almost an hour chatting to the rest of them. So at least I got something, and I'm very glad about that. But I am now quite tired. I've suddenly, like, all of a sudden, as I got home, I was like, wow, I am tired. And I think also, like, the emotion of today, obviously, that festers. So, yeah. And it hasn't gone completely. It's very much still on my mind and on my heart, I guess. But very cleverly, before I left, I prepped everything for tomorrow, more or less. So I am kind of just going to go straight to bed. Or maybe even if it's not asleep, you know, just like in bed, which is nice. I'm glad I can do that. But just before I do, once again, a little shout out to the outfit. Once again, I've got this thing on with the jewellery. I like the snowflake earrings. So yeah, just wanted to give that a shout out. And the hair's been incredibly curly since my hair wash, which is nice, obviously, but you never know why. So yeah. And then tomorrow, I need to bring you with me tomorrow. That I didn't think about, because tomorrow after work, I'm meeting up with a friend and we're gonna apparently look at Christmas lights. I have no idea what that quite entails or where we're gonna be going. I've told her, you lead the way. So we're gonna meet up and then she'll tell me where we're going. And I said, I'll bring my camera, because she knows about YouTube, because I'm now talking about YouTube and I'm getting better. So I will bring that, but who is to say whether that's gonna be in this vlog or the next? But I'll see you soon anyway. Bye! Hello! It is just after 7, and as you may have noticed, there's been no Christmas lights. Unfortunately, my friend was going to bring her dog, who I was super excited to meet, but unfortunately the dog wasn't very well, so she took him to the vet. And so we cancelled for tonight, and hopefully we'll reschedule for another day, which is a shame on the one hand, but on the other hand, I never mind, you know, a night at home. But I decided to look up on my way home if there was any public Chanukkah lighting sort of anywhere along the way. The reason why I did this was because I felt it was very important that we don't let them scare us away. I think I spoke about this a lot yesterday. And like there is a fear of going to a public Chanukkah lighting, but we're not going to let that fear stop us. That's how I feel. And I had the time, and you know, it was, as I said, it was only if there was something on the way, and there was, so I went, and it was nice, and they had really good donuts. I've eaten a lot of donuts in my life, just because of Chanukkah, and these were probably the best I've ever had. They were soft, and they were so sugary, and there was like a really good proportion of jam to donuts, and also the jam itself was like a really nice flavour. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 donut. So I might see if I can attend again tomorrow, because I think they're doing it most nights, and if work finishes around the same time, then I'll be able to do that. And it's just nice. It's nice to be a part of it, and it's nice to stand up and say, you're not gonna frighten us. We're standing strong. I actually do need to light the Chanukkah at home though, so I will still do that. But I also popped via the shops on my way home, and I've got like the most random assortment of things. I went in with 3 intentions: eggs, milk, and bread if there was any discounted. There wasn't any discounted, and the man was like by the bread section, like discounting things. So I was kind of hovering around and doing some circles, not to like be in his face, and just sort of to see if he'd get to the bread. And I don't think he did, but he got to these pitas, as English people would say. Pittas, actually, I think is how they would say it. And they were half price, so I've got those. That's to go with the soup. And then as I was walking sort of around the shop, I thought actually coriander might work very well with the soup. Carrot and coriander, oh my gosh. Carrot and coriander is good anyway, but especially because I do find the soup so disappointing. I'm hoping that by adding this, it'll help. And then I discovered that I got a special discount for Biscoff. It was $3.20 in the shop, but I could get it for £2.56, which is a significant discount, especially when you eat as much Biscoff as me, and it doesn't go off for quite a while. So I bought that. I still have a half full one in the cupboard, and I actually haven't had it in a while, but it'll get eaten. And then I got some more of these. I don't know if I've actually spoken about these. We found these one day. They were on like 30p offer or something crazy. So we bought them because they're vegetarian. And since then, they now are up to 75p, but they're still vegetarian and they're still very tasty and they make me happy. So I've got them just as like to have. Oh, and also, where did I put these? Oh, I've put them away already. I got, again, as a little treat for myself, those chocolate covered biscuits. Not digested, but like the Leibniz. And it's so rare that I have those, and I cannot remember the last time I had them, but I just, in my wandering, I saw them, and I just thought, yes. And again, they were on a discounted offer, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, it feels very rogue, and I did get eggs and milk, but they're already in the fridge, but it's okay. I think it's all good or nice or treats, but that's allowed, right? Of course, I don't need to ask you. So I'm hoping to have quite a restful evening. I do need to do about half an hour of work, as I often do on a Monday, and I did forget about that until I was at the candle lighting and I got a little notification reminding me, but that's okay, I'll do it. And then I will have a chill night. There's very little I need to do, and I think there's quite a bit of YouTube catching up I need to do. So I'm gonna let that be my evening. As in YouTube watching, not even YouTube filming. I have realised that I still need to finish film my last Vlognica video, which is now creeping up, because that's, you know, we're in Chanukkah now, so I need to do that, but that's not for right now. Right now, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to light my Chanukkah first or eat first, but I think I might light first. So I'm going to do that, and then I will do the rest. Yay! ציוונו להדליק נר של חנוכה, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. נרות הללו אנחנו מדליקים על הניסים ועל הנפלאות ועל התשועות שעשית לאבותינו על ידי כהניך הקדושים. בכל שמונת ימי החנוכה הנרות הללו קודש, ואין לנו רשות להשתמש בהם, אלא לראות על בלבד. כדי להודות לשמחה על ניסיך ועל ישועתך ועל נפלאותיך. Oh. That's not meant to happen. What's going on? מעוז צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח, תיקום בית תפילתי, בשם תודה נזבח, תחי אדמון וצל צלמון, הגן לנו רואים שיבה, תחי אדמון וצל צלמון, הגן לנו רואים שיבה. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried about how much they're blowing. I'm wondering if there's like a draft coming through that window even though it's closed. So I think I might do my half hour of work sat literally right here watching them, so that if anything goes awry, I am here and ready to see it and catch it. But hopefully they'll just burn brightly, and yeah, it feels very powerful. It feels very powerful. It shouldn't feel powerful, it should just be, you know, a regular day, a regular Chanukkah. I'm sad because I'm not with my parents, but you know, that's it. And yet, it feels powerful. Hello. I did go to a public lighting again tonight, and once again, it was very good. The donut was very yummy. And again, there was loads of security, and on the one hand, I'm so grateful for it, and on the other hand, I'm like, why do we need it? This is not fair. But I'm glad that I'm going. I feel like that's really important, and there's good turnouts, at least the last 2 times that I've been, so that's good. And then tomorrow night I get to be with family, which is also nice. And so far every morning I've been able to sort of video in to my family in Australia lighting, so that's also been lovely and very lucky. And tomorrow I have most of the morning off, so I'm hoping that I'll actually get to chat to them, because until now it's kind of been me on mute and just watching, but it'll be nice to actually like speak to them. One thing I remembered after I lit yesterday was that we always put some foil under the Chanukkah so that if and when it drips, it doesn't drip onto the surface that you're on, but rather onto the piece of foil. So I have added that for today, and I'm just about to light, and hopefully it will go smoother than yesterday and the candles won't not light. Fingers crossed. Also, just before I do light, can I just say I slept for so long and so well yesterday, or last night. I think I went to bed around 10:30 or something ridiculously early, and then I woke up, like I practically slept through the night. I think I woke up once or twice and then realised it was still dark out and went back to sleep. And then I woke up literally 2 minutes before my alarm was set. Like, what a joy, what a dream. And I feel like my sleeps have been really good. It's not like, oh, I'm going to bed earlier and therefore I'm struggling to sleep. No, I am sleeping well. Which only goes to show how much catch up I need to do. But anyway, let's light this Chanukkah. I'm not sure about the angle because I only have one place where I can put you. I could put you on my big tripod, but can't be bothered. So we're just putting you on a chair facing the windowsill. Hopefully that's good enough. Let's go.
התשועות והמלחמות שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה, על ידי כהניך הקדושים. בכל שמונת ימי החנוכה, הנרות הללו קודש, ואין לנו רשות להשתמש בהם, אלא לראותם בלבד, כדי להודות לשמחה על ניסיך ועל ישועתך, ועל ישועתך. מהו צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח, תיקון מי תפילתי, בשם תודה נזבח, ותכין מטבח, מבצר המטבח, אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח, אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. הקם לנו רואים שיבה, תחי אדמון בצל צלמון, הקם לנו רואים שיבה.
I need to get better at lighting a Chanukkah. Hello, as you can tell, I've just got home. It's about 9:30 and I did go via the shops because I was like, oh, it's late, you know, hopefully I'll find some good deals, maybe even something to eat for supper because I do want something savoury. I've had a lot of sweets this evening, but nothing savoury. And I walk in and first thing I see is like parsnips, turnips I think, or something, and sprouts and carrots. And all of them had big signs saying like, special offer, whatever. And let me tell you what the special offer was, because I have never seen anything as good as this and I was shocked and I bought stuff that I probably don't need, but I'll find a use for. Carrots, normally 70p, 15p. But even better than that, 2 kilos of potatoes, normally £1.70 I think it was. Today, 15p. 15p! That's crazy. That's more than 90% off, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy. I was tempted to buy a second bag, but I know how much I struggle to get through one bag and Wayne isn't here currently. So, and I'm not like, I won't have an opportunity to do anything with them until Monday evening at the earliest, because tomorrow, maybe for lunch, but I doubt it because I'll finish work around 3 and Shabbat will be tight. Tomorrow night I'm out. Saturday lunch I'm not going to be making potatoes. Saturday night I'm working. Sunday morning or lunch I'm sort of going to be between jobs, and then Sunday evening I'm working, and then it'll be Monday night that I can use them. But Wayne will be back by Monday, so, you know, maybe we can make loaded wedges again or something. And I still have wedges in the freezer as well, but, you know, we can use real potatoes. Or we could do roast potatoes with something. But yeah, beyond thrilled about 15p for a sack of 2 kilos worth of potatoes. Like, what a steal, 15p, that's crazy. And then I did just get some bread for supper. Like, there were no really good deals. I thought at 9 o'clock at night, like, we'd get the best of the best, but it was still like, it was 62p. That's just normal for me when I go late at night. But even just eating plain bread, I think will satisfy me at the moment. And then I also bought some floss sticks because I have one left and I needed to buy more and I kept forgetting, so I'm glad I did. Although usually they are on a special price and they were not today, which is annoying, but we'll manage. So yeah, I'm especially chuffed about, well, both the carrots, but especially the potatoes, because 15p instead of £1.70, amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna put these things away, have some bread, maybe with butter, do a tiny bit of work. I did most of it sort of whilst I was at my other job, but the last little bit I need to do. And then I filmed the Vlognica video yesterday. I edited it this morning and I started watching it this morning, and then I didn't have time to finish watching it, so I'm going to try and finish watching it and maybe upload it, or otherwise I can upload it, maybe not tomorrow. It needs to go up on Sunday, but I could even do it Sunday, like in those 2 hours I have at home, and then chill. Like, I do want to try and go to bed reasonably early tonight, because I think tomorrow's going to be a long day. I'm working from 8 until 3, and then I'm gonna go to my aunt's, and I need to figure out when I want to leave. I think the walk is about an hour, so I could leave as soon as I get home from work and just get on a bus and get there before Shabbat comes in, because obviously bus is much faster, or I can walk. And then the decision is, do I still leave earlier so that I'm still somewhat with some light, or do I just go at, I think she's invited me for 7:30, so leave at 6:30 and just brave the darkness. Not that I'm worried, I think it's all a main road more or less. So like, I'm not so worried about that, but just, yeah, gotta plan what I'm gonna do. Like, my heart is telling me to just leave at 6:30 and walk, but I don't know, we'll see. But then I also obviously at the end need to walk back, and that will definitely be late, I think, and long, so we'll see about that. Anyway, I'm gonna have some bread and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.